We started the company in April of 2019, and I'd like to clarify a point that she made. I did not recruit her to invest. She was brought into the fold by my former partner, but we've been in business since April of 2019. We have a brick and mortar store that's at issue right now in Atlanta, and that store has not done what it should have done.
Because of COVID?
It was absolutely, even opening the store was delayed almost a year and a half because of COVID itself.
Did you have other investors?
We do, yes.
Okay. And have any of those other investors taken their money out of the business?
Not one.
Okay. All right. So you both have spoken about an agreement. I have a copy of the agreement from you, Mr. Johnson. Defendant's Exhibit B. And it is titled up here, Amerigreen Organics LLC Member Equity Investment Agreement. Do you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this the investor agreement?
I never received this document, and I've asked on several different occasions for some documentation to support the investment that I'd made, and I never received this document. This is my first time seeing this document.
Okay. So, Mr. Johnson, I was going to ask you, why provide this to us? It's clearly not signed by the plaintiff. So I noticed that off the bat. Why are we seeing an investor agreement that has not been executed and which she never saw, apparently?
Your Honor, I did indeed submit this agreement to her, both electronically and in writing.
Did she sign it?
She did sign it.
Where is your signed copy?
I'd have misplaced the signature page that was emailed back to us, but we wouldn't have issued a stock certificate to her, which we did, had she not signed this agreement.
Okay, well, if it's in your email, how could it be misplaced?
The signed agreement from her was mailed back to us, the signature page, and that is the page that I've unfortunately not been able to locate.
And you're saying you never saw this document?
I didn't receive a hard copy, nor did I receive an email.
Okay, so hold on. What I'm trying to understand is you've said in your complaint, the terms of the agreement were that once products began to sell, the investors would get a return on their investment. What agreement are you talking about?
It was a verbal agreement that I had with him over the telephone.
So what were the terms of the verbal agment? I'm going to write them down so I understand.
The terms of the verbal agreement is that I would receive notification of what was going on with the money that I had invested, like I've invested in other stocks and bonds. And at the end of that, at some point, I would receive the initial investment back on top of some residuals.
Have you ever done any other investment agreement where the consideration provided to you is stock and you are guaranteed your original investment back?
I have.
Plus residuals?
Yes, I have received stock agreements where I periodically got notification of how the money was invested.
Right.
And if there was a gain or if there was a loss.
Right. But did any of those agreements guarantee you your original investment back? Because that's not how stock works, where they say, well, here's some stock, but we're going to guarantee your original investment plus residuals.
I understand that, and I appreciate your concern, but in the other stock agreements that I had, there was always a gain, and that I could see that. I never saw any documentation to demonstrate how my money was invested.
I understand that concern.
Where it was invested, if there was a gain or a loss.
You're itching to say something, Mr. Johnson. Go ahead.
Well, I'd like to just point out, although my paperwork isn't super tight on the actual agreement, it is super tight on the business plan that she read. And I draw your attention to page 5 and 6 of my evidence packet.
And this is your business plan, correct?
This is the business plan, and there are 2 pages of notice of disclosures and risks, and an investor acknowledges that this is their risk. Even before the agreement was presented in the stock certificate issue, we made sure, because our law firm made sure that investors knew what the full risks were and that those risks were disclosed.
Okay, Ms. Thompson, did you receive the business plan?
No, ma'am, I have not. As a matter of fact, under Exhibit B on page 7, it clearly says that I've underlined that the investment made about 4 years ago, I would like to know if you have put together a schedule of residuals of the investment, and of course I never received anything.
Okay,
so I did request it, but I never received it.
No, but my question is, did you receive this document?
No, ma'am,
the business
I have
plan.
not received.
You've never
Today
seen that.
is the first day I'm seeing it.
Oh boy.